They would have 4, 5, 6 different parlors in them in which a man would come sit down in a leather chair. There'd be magazines and books and a piano player. And so there'd be 5 or 6 different piano players in the same palace. And a girl that worked in there would come along and sit down on a little stool in front of him and talk to him. She would have 60 seconds. These were the house rules. And if he's not interested in her, she leaves and he keeps reading the book. But the piano players were playing ragtime in these places. Now, they're not playing... That's very contrary to the mood that they're trying to set. So he sets, so that the piano player plays beautiful. Strains like that, mood music. This is one of the reasons why the ministers and such were decrying this stuff as being so foul. They associated it with those places. Well, your question was, where would you go to hear this? That was one such place. Another place is the saloon. Now, I was a saloon piano player. If I would sit in the saloon and play that way all night, I would be fired. Now, this, by the way, is taken from one of Joplin's rags. It's called Easy Winners. There were band transcriptions. Joplin, I believe it was Joplin himself who wrote the band version, because remember, he was a trumpet player. So if he could get the bands across Missouri to start playing, that means that John Stark could publish a whole other set of music. All he has to do is orchestrate it. So you imagine a band playing this. A syncopated march again. See? So now you've got a band style, you've got the Red Lighthouse style, you've got the saloon piano player style. Then people always ask me, what is a proper tempo to play ragtime?
Often people today play ragtime fast.
Oh, yeah.
And Joplin made sure to say what the tempo was. How do we really know what the authentic or the appropriate tempo is?
First of all, let me say that it wasn't Joplin who wrote on the music. I think the quotation is, notice, do not play ragtime fast. It is never right to play ragtime fast. John Stark wrote that. Because the sales of ragtime were slipping, because people were going to the saloons and hearing these wizards all over the keyboard, and people were saying, man, are those guys ever good? But I sure can't play ragtime. So they weren't buying rags anymore. And so they did that to bring it down to the home level buyer again. And another reason that they put, that he had that notation on it, was Stark was trying to make this classical image out of Scott Joplin. Because Joplin had been the Maple Leaf Club. It was a seedy joint. And people played, the saloon piano players, a lot of them played in seedy joints. Well, he was trying to elevate Scott Joplin to a maestro status. The classic ragtime. Wow. Well, holy cow. This is good advertising. It was great. It was one of the greatest advertising plays I've ever seen. It is never right to play ragtime fast. Well, guess what, John Stark? I played ragtime fast, and all the crowds in the saloon loved it. See, there's so many different ways to play any particular piece. I can play it this way. And people will say, didn't Scott Joplin write great music? Or I can play it this way. And people say, isn't that guy a good piano player?